Much is being made, particularly by right-wing media, about an utterance that President Joe Biden made yesterday, which some are saying is a sign that he is not planning to run for re-election in 2024. Now, there's been a lot of attention on the Republican side over the last several weeks. The reason for that attention has been that failed former President Donald Trump announced he's running again. Despite that, Ron DeSantis, the recently re-elected governor of Florida, is polling really well, even though he hasn't actually announced that he's running for anything. The Republican Civil War, etc. So there have been a lot of reasons why the focus has been on the Republican side. But there's another element to this, which is that the suspicion that Joe Biden is not really interested in running for re-election has been to some degree supplanted by the growing belief that Joe Biden will run for re-election and polling that looks pretty okay for Joe Biden. And suddenly headlines like this one appeared yesterday, for example, in the right-leaning Washington Examiner. I don't know about that. Biden casts doubt on 2024 run. So what exactly happened? Well, let's just look at the video. What you are going to see here is Joe Biden delivering a statement at the White House Tribal Nations Summit. And as he is wrapping up, someone from the crowd seems to shout out 4 more years. And Joe Biden seems to respond, I don't know about that. That's the best assessment that we have, although it's not totally clear. Let's take a look at it and then discuss.
And as my grandfather Finnegan would say, that's the Irish of it. Thank you all very much. Thanks.
Okay. 4 more years. I don't know about that. So is that what was said? It seems to be. I mean, I think I heard 4 more years and then I don't know about that. Let's listen to it one more time.
Finnegan would say, that's the Irish of it. Thank you all very much. Thanks.
Oh, I don't know about that. Is too much being made of this? I think so. I don't have any special insight into whether Joe Biden is or isn't going to run. If you had asked me 9 months ago, I would have said I think Joe Biden is definitely not running for re-election. Today, I think it's much more likely that he will run for re-election, and part of this has to do with legislative achievements, approval rating recovery, circumstantial elements to this. There's a lot of different reasons. But I'm separating my opinion from what we saw there. I think it is just as likely as what Joe Biden meant was, this isn't the venue in which we're going to talk about my campaign because we're here for the Tribal Nations Summit. That would be consistent with Joe Biden's personality and his kind of modus operandi. I think it's just as likely that it's that as it is Joe Biden saying, I don't know that I'm going to be running. And in fact, when you really think about it, is it likely that Joe Biden would let slip, arguably for the first time in a more formal capacity, that he might not run in response to an utterance from the crowd at an event about something completely different? I don't think so. If Joe Biden is going to tell us, I don't know that I'm running in 24, I don't think it's going to be in a venue like this in reaction to something yelled out from the crowd. Now, when it comes to the polling question, it is interesting to take a look at some of the relatively new polling that we have seen for 2024. These are, of course, hypothetical polls, and it's really a pretty mixed bag here. You see that an Emerson College poll, that's an A- rated pollster, has it as Biden DeSantis plus 4, but in Biden versus Trump, it has it even. On the other hand, you look at the Marquette University Law School poll. Also, that's an AB rated pollster, pretty good. They have Biden even with DeSantis in one poll, DeSantis slightly ahead in a different poll, and then Biden well ahead of Donald Trump. And then you go back to a premise poll, not a rated pollster at all. They have DeSantis plus 4 over Biden, but Biden plus 6 over Trump. So the gist of the polling right now contains 2 pieces of important data. Number 1, against Trump, Biden seems to poll pretty well. And against DeSantis, Biden polls less well. That's the trend. And depending on which poll you look at, the specific numbers differ. We are going to have to wait and see. I don't know what Biden heard in the moment. I don't 100% know what Biden said but I don't believe Biden would reveal possibly not running in that sort of venue and in that sort of format. One of our sponsors is Allform, the easiest way to design your own custom sofa. I have one from Allform. Unlike other companies, Allform lets you choose the fabric, the size, the shape, color, even the color of the legs. I have not one, but two Allform sofas. I've had them for years. They look good as new. Definitely the most comfortable furniture I own. And it gets even cooler because Allform sofas are completely modular. You can buy a sofa, and if you move, you can adapt it to the new space by adding onto it or rearranging its elements. That is definitely not something you get from your typical sofa company. Allform has everything from 8-piece sectionals to love seats and armchairs. Everything is made in the USA using premium materials. Allform makes sure that assembly is really easy. I didn't even need any tools, which is good because I have very few tools. And you can keep the sofa for over 3 months and send it back free if you don't like it for a full refund. Right now, Allform is giving my audience 20% off all orders at allform.com/Pacman. The link is down below.